All right, what's up, everybody? Doing a recap here live for you guys. I wonder if the bullish bear. Am I streaming? I have the subscribe button right near my face. You know what I'm gonna do? Let me see if I can move over. Let's do this. So I have the subscribe to our channel button right in front of my face while we're doing live. So to change that up, we'll mix it up. I will move it over so the subscribe button is not in the middle of my face. But just a reminder, if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, the nice little floaty icon will be in front of my face. If you don't know what I'm talking about and you don't see the icon, then maybe it's not showing during the video. But anyways, you could subscribe to our channel. Make sure you stay up to date with all of our videos and all that good stuff. So as you guys will see here, if you're wondering what's going on, we'll just do a quick kind of recap for today. You'll see futures kind of dumping off at the moment. Some people might be like, oh my gosh, right? A tweet happened. Oh my gosh, my 401k. Oh my gosh, is somebody tanking the market right now? Oh, yeah, right? That's what happens, anytime the market goes up or down. What happened, right? Again, the market moves on news. However, the thing that's important to remember, if you go to the charts, right? Always go up to the charts. You can see the futures has broken out of this major, huge rising wedge pattern, right? It has no previous, it's at all-time highs, right? So it's at all-time highs, no previous level of resistance because it's at all-time highs, and price is far away from the moving average lines. So it gets a little bit crazy up here, right? Again, what goes up naturally wants to come back down at some point. Is the market going to go in a recession? Is it going to crash, right? Those are all the buzzwords everybody asks. Is it going to crash? Are we going to go into a recession? Fact of the matter is, I don't know, right? Nobody knows. You got to watch the support and resistance and the patterns and all that good stuff with the trend lines. You can see, markets in indecision mode. You want to see, is it going to hold these moving average lines, which is support? If it holds the moving average lines and continues to ride, then the market will go up. If the moving average line starts to curl over and price starts failing the moving average lines and it retests this previous angular resistance level, then it may become bearish. But that's where you got to watch the charts, right? Don't listen on hype. Yes, news affects things. Yes, tweets affect the market. But just very simply, guys, these small little spinning top candles means, again, price doesn't know, there's no previous level of resistance. And look, right there we go. Perfect. 3,100. Psychological, huge resistance level, whole dollar amount, just rejected right below 3,100. So it's no surprise the market is rejecting off that level. Because again, whole and half dollar amounts, very important psychological support and resistance levels. So let's do a quick recap of just what ran today. Again, if you're not following us, head over to our website. Each night over on thebulishbears.com, our website, you'll see we do a day trade watch list and a swing trade watch list. You are missing out big time if you are not bookmarking these pages and following them. You'll see me, I would say humble bragging, but I'm not humbly I'm bragging on social media because our trade alerts and our watch lists, they kill it, right? They absolutely rock. So make sure that you follow them. You'll see each night we post them between myself and Angel. We make the watch lists. So bookmark these pages. If you're not a member, we do right here trade alert setups. So these are the setups that correspond to our watch list, which are the things that you see me bragging on social media. You won't see me bragging as much real time with some of the real time alerts that we're doing because those you have to be subscribed to as well. These are on the back end. You'll see more of the ones I'm kind of posting on social media are the ones from the watch list that move up and down very quickly. Our real-time alerts, again, you can hold them longer, many of them, but they're kind of the short-term pops. You'll see for the longer term ones right up here are real-time alerts. These are ones that we try to give you some extra time to get in and out of. That's why you'll see, a couple times a week we post those real-time alerts up here. So we do a nice healthy combination for you so you can decide what type of trader that you are. But, you guys will see if you've been paying attention to our watch list the past several days, just one trade would have literally paid for your membership with us for an entire year plus. So we are no joke with our alerts, and then we do real-time screen sharing every morning for a couple hours in both our day trading and swing trading room right up here. And we do stream replays, so if you can't catch us live, we have replays if you just log into your account under member section. So basically we walk you step by step, guys. You'll see kind of just the process of trading, right? Make a watch list, see what's running, map out support and resistance levels, decide your entries and exits, and then you'll see the recaps. You'll see us trading these and showing you how to do them live, and it's basically a wash, rinse, repeat. Again, you can try us out below. We have a 14-day free trial. So you'll see a couple today, and we've been trying to, as you'll hear me say, and when I talk about our watch list, typically you'll see, on our day trade watch list, one or two really good ones, and then you'll see, a couple, a couple duds. And then this is why we try telling, or that we tell people that follow us, don't, just because something might not fire off today, look at it 2 or 3 days from now, because you'll see when we build our watch list, we're putting on stocks that are holding their highs for the day, but many of times they won't go and break the previous day's highs, and then it might have 2 or 3 pullback days before it goes and launches, so something like might be at highs, right? Something like this, and then it doesn't break, and then it pulls back a little bit before it goes and it takes and launches off, right? So that's why make sure you watch. If something doesn't run, you'll see some of these ones from our day trade watchers did kind of crappy today, but you'll see one of them, DTIL, did pretty decent. So DTIL, this is one that I had right up here. Where is it? At or above 811. So I put, you'll see on the notes, what did I put? Let me move it over further so you can read it. Or big breakout day. Watch for potential continuation with resistance between $8.50 to $9. And so you'll see it was at or above 811. So you'll see at open, price fell, formed that nice V bottom. And then you had moving average crossover. So it did kind of a V bottom or a cup and handle. Those orange dotted lines are previous close. You'll see it went red to green and kind of, depending, this is where you got to decide, right? Are you going to get in if you're going to trade something like this pre-break, right? So get in an earlier entry, see if it fails resistance, or do you watch for the, stock to break out, retest back to the moving average lines and get your entry, right? That's where you got to decide what's best for you. But you'll see this had kind of a cup in handle-ish and then kind of formed like a pennant. These wicks were a little bit nasty, but then it kind of took off from there. So you'll see kind of a pennant. These wicks could really trip you up, but you'll see kind of a cup, handle-ish pattern. You buy near moving average lines. So obviously you want to buy near support level. So if price, an anticipation of a break here, if you got in, this one didn't have a ton of volume. This is where sometimes you got to be careful. It's 890,000 now, but I think it was maybe 300,000 or 400,000 back then. Before it breaks. So sometimes it gets a little bit trickier. You ideally want to see some volume, but you'll see there's a little pause right here with the moving average crossovers. If you got in pre-anticipation of the break, or you could have waited for it to go back to the 9 EMA here. Again, it's a little bit, you ideally want to see more cleaner entries, but, that's where you have proper risk management. If you did risk something like this, on something like this, you want to make sure, if it goes against you, again, this is not the best idea. You can see kind of a pennant-ish pattern here. So, but Ideally you'd like to see a little cleaner entries. I'll show you some on the swing trade watch list. But this is one that ran today, went up to 875. So depending, this is a 5-minute chart. If I went to a 1 minute, see if there was a cleaner. Let's see. Let me zoom in here. You can see it was like really choppy sideways for a while. This is a terrible example one. These ones had lots of wicks. Let's actually look at a couple of some of the bigger ones that we had on our watch list today. See if I can give you a better look and see. I had American Express. This is one that really went off today. This I had on the watch list right here, at or above 119.69. Inverse head and shoulders on the daily. Watch for possible breakout above 120.50 area. If you go right over and to show you on the daily, you'll see if you watched my watch list video yesterday, you'll see that I made this video last night. I was showing you this live. That's why I make sure watch our videos when we show you how to do this stuff, because I said right or above 119, what did I say, 119.50. American Express. Yeah, exactly. 119.69. That's why I was all confused. Why was it at or above 119.69? Because you'll see this candle right here formed a nice solid close above the 9 EMA. I said watch the inverse head and shoulders. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, if I zoom in here, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, neckline breakout. I said 120.50, watch for resistance. Where was that? Right around here. And what did it do? It blew right through this neckline resistance right up to this next one right here, which is 120.70 area. So you can see it still has some potential room to run. It's kind of a big green day today. So, but you want to see right here, if this is to continue, you can see it's kind of starting to roll over. No surprise, it's a bit overextended, big green day. See if it can hold this, 121.70-ish area. If it can hold, maybe it'll form another potential bull flag and continue up. Got to watch and see, but just be careful because price is a little bit further away from these moving average lines. But again, 119.69, this is one that went up to, 122.43. So that's, good 80 cents, move today. Pretty nice move. If you've been watching the ones that went into Monday, I had 3M, NVIDIA, and XOM, right? And you'll see 3M this week. I put that one on right over here at a break of 170.20, and it got up this week to 175. That's a $5 move, and you see these kind of spinning top, candles. That was another one that had basically kind of like an inverse head and shoulders-ish pattern. So kind of a left shoulder head, right shoulder breakout. If you were paying attention, just had one options contract. That's a potential of close to $500 that you could have made just off one options contract. NVIDIA, that was on going into Monday. NVDA was another one that we had right over, the mouse. There it is right here. My mouse is annoying on Thinkorswim. That bull flag right here, held at 9 EMA. Bull flag held. I had that at or a break above that 202.55, and that got up to about 210 area. So in the course of 3-4 days after that, that's close to $8. If you scalped, $6, $7, $8, that could have been $600 to $800 profit off of one. If you were just trading straight calls, obviously, right? There's so many different strategies you could do. You could do credit spreads on it, but even if you just bought one, waited for a break, scalped it up, again, that's where everybody's trading, trades differently. Some people trade weekly calls and puts, just scalp intraday. Some people like credit spreads, but regardless, even if you did a credit spread, you could have had probably a couple $100 profit. depending on how far out that you purchased. And if you're like, hey, like, what do you mean credit spreads, options, all that good stuff? We have free courses on our website, links below. You can take our courses on how to trade options. Again, you don't just trade these. If you're following us, we don't tell you to just, buy blindly. You have to know how to trade. That's why we give you the resources on our website right over here at bullishbears.com. You log in. Look at all of our courses. We have a basic course, a basic options course, a day trading, a swing trading course, advanced day trading, advanced options, candlesticks courses, ebook. This is all included in your membership with us, right? So when you get in and try us, don't just, let me just buy because, Lucian posted a stock alert. Take your time, right? Don't try to get rich quick in the stock market. It doesn't happen. It takes time to learn. But we give you the resources. It's just up to you to put them to good use. Next one we had was XOM going into the week. This one right here, that was another one I had kind of a double bottom or a triple bottom breakout at or above 69.66 right here. And that went up to $73. That was a $4 move this week. Angel had DDD on a couple days ago. This one's going a little bit crazy. This one's kind of trading sideways. It's been bouncing off the 200 SMA. So if you're looking at this one, it's showing some weakness right now. This is kind of a tricky one because sometimes you get trapped in these spinning top candles. So it's above the 200 SMA. But if you're looking at this one, you want to see the 9 EMA catch up, push up, and ideally put it above $10. Right now it's a bit overextended, so be careful. Walmart, that was one I had going into today. Man, am I good. To show you how good I am, right here, at or above 119.50. Watch for possible moving average crossovers and see if price can break all-time highs of 120.71. What did it do today? See, as you see here, the moving average lines crossed, pushed price up, and it went, and it did. It broke all-time highs. If I just reset here, all-time highs going into today was right up here, that 119 kind of 70-ish area, and it went up to 120.92. And what did it do? It failed previous all-time high, so it broke resistance. Now it's failing support. So now you got to see, it's what happens at the end of today. But that's, again, 119.50 got up to 120.92. That's, went up $1.50 today. Doesn't mean you're going to scalp all $1.50. You might get 50, 75 cents, $1. But when the market's, all-time highs, potentially pulling back, that's some good money you can make trading. Struggling. I was hoping the inverse head and shoulders bull flag was going to break. Yep. But that's where, again, guys, that's where, something doesn't break out, keep it on the watch list. Check the following week. There's a lot of people that's said to us, hey, if you go over to our blog here, you'll see right on our blog, we update it each week with, right here, Angel does trade alerts results, right? So we update this every single week. And you can go back just kind of right over here and just scan. Come Mondays, look at what was on the previous week and see what's going on. Sometimes they might be pulling back or see what's happening. So just for example, we could pull up, so here's some that were from last week. So for those of you guys that, are following us, even those of you guys that are free, that want to lurk and try to get everything free, well, you might be missing a little bit behind on some of the alerts, but these are ones that may or may not have broken out last week that if you follow up the following week, keep an eye and see. Because when you get later during the week, the market doesn't, move as much. So now going into Friday, it might be pulling back, see what happens. That's why when we put something on the watch list going into Monday, chances are the first few days of the week, usually they move more of the direction. If we put them on later during the week, it might be pulling back, not doing much, and then follow up the following week. So just wanted to show you those ones that we, some really good ones on large caps the past couple of days. today there was one okay one for small cap. The other ones are kind of some duds. But keep an eye on them, see what happens on these. Let's see. Some of them don't really have much volume, but we'll take a look at AUOTY. You'll see. So here's one that's kind of just dudding, right? It's not doing much of anything. Crappy looking pattern, not much volume. Don't discount it, right? This is one to see. Maybe it'll have, this is again, these small cap stocks. They're all wacky. The patterns are not as great on a daily, but who knows? This thing might have a couple pullback days. It's still above the moving average lines. This might form a flat top and it might launch at some point. So while it's not doing anything today, it might yo-yo around. These moving average lines might catch up and have it break out at some point. So right now it's a dud, but if it can get above that 270 area, it might have a chance. CSLT, here was another one. I had this one on as an inverse head and shoulders, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. What did it do today? It actually, so this is why we say don't just trade because our alert goes off. Technically our alert went off, right? And you'll see it just gave you a nice little kind of FU pattern. Put your middle finger up there and kind of flick off your screen, and that's an FU pattern, right? So kind of just dumped. So this one's kind of a dud right now. But you can see it's been trading sideways for a while. This one might tank and not do anything, or it might hold and eventually make another one at some point. This might become an extended, longer inverse head and shoulder. So again, not too thrilling. Kush bottles. This was another one, kind of a inverse head and shoulders, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. What did it do today? It didn't do anything. It hasn't broke out. Pattern's still there. If it fails, it might be a dud. But who knows? Maybe it'll trade sideways for another few more days and then go and take off, right? So that's where crappy days today with them launching, but keep an eye on them, check them next week and see. Maybe these moving average lines will cross, push up, and then it'll have the breakout. HTBX, that's another one. This was kind of cup and handle-ish, kind of a messy looking pattern. So didn't do much or anything here, but it's still, as of right now, above the moving average lines. Kind of has a head and shoulders. This is, if you watched my video yesterday, I was kind of frustrated. There really wasn't a lot to put on it, but this is one, I don't like it at this point, but you never know. I try to put on like these ones that are subpar. Some people like a 50-cent stock. It might move 5 or 10 cents. Some people like the real small ones. So that's why I try to put a mix of subpar to over $10 stocks. This one right here, I had tweezer bottoms, possible reversal, moving up, had just a tiny move up, still, near some support. Got to watch. It's kind of garbage right now. See if it can get above that 52 cents. Might have a chance up to the moving average lines. So it's holding support right now, but it still looks like a bunch of garbage. And AFI, that was when I had a bullish Harami, right? And what did it do? It didn't break above it today. It just kind of, what did it do? It just, see that? It sneaked up just for a tiny bit, and then it fell today. So, and then it failed a little bit of support. So at this point, these are some garbage ones. But that's why we say, again, watch our watch list videos. You'll see me say it. On our watch list, you'll get 1, 2 really good ones. Sometimes a few days later, you'll get another, 1 or 2 pops, and then a couple are duds, right? These are small caps. They go a little bit, they're all wacky all the time, right? That's why you trade the momentum. And then the large caps, those are definitely much better because they obey patterns a lot more running with the market. So intraday patterns are a little bit more reliable of the breakout or breakdown on the small caps. It's just harder on the dailies because you'll see daily charts on these small caps. They're crap. Look, they're crappy. Doesn't mean you can't trade them. You just got to trade the momentum on them. So that's the recap for today. You'll see again going back up to futures. It's at all-time highs. Kind of as of right now, the market isn't closed, but all-time highs right below a huge whole dollar amount. I mean, it would make sense that the market wants to pull back, but you got to watch and see. Kind of a head and shoulders pattern failing right now. Look at these moving average lines on the way down as support. So don't listen to the hype and all that stuff of, oh my gosh, somebody tweeted something. Oh my gosh, my 401k, it's down today. Nothing goes up forever, guys. When something goes up, it's going to come back down at some point. So it doesn't mean when it goes down, oh my gosh, recession. Oh my gosh, the planet's going to, the stock market's going to crash. No, you got to learn. If you're new, what are we looking at here? We're looking at candlesticks. We're looking at patterns. We're looking at trend lines. We're connecting the peaks and the valleys, right? Connect these peaks, connect these valleys. See that, oh, wow, this is a really big rising wedge pattern. What is this? Oh, it's a double bottom pattern. Market broke out of a double pattern and a rising wedge. What's it going to do? Well, it's at all-time highs. Very huge psychological resistance level. Well, duh, it's probably going to want to pull back at some point, right? So if you're new, later, Kimo, this takes time to learn. This is what we teach you in our community. Again, if you're not a member yet, you can come join us at bullishbears.com, or the link will be below. You can start your 14-day free trial, gain access to our trade rooms. So basically each day, guys, we have a day trade and a swing trade room, depending what type of trader you are. That's why we have a day trade and a swing trade watch list. You can take our alert setups, see us talk live each day in our trade rooms. We talk about our watch list as well as right up here, trade ideas. We post the gappers right here. So each morning by 9:15 a.m., look at the watch list as well as trade ideas, see what's running and moving, watch us in our trade room, see what we're looking at, and then we show you support, resistance, and trading live real time. We have, again, our courses up here, thousands of dollars of courses to help you, and our alerts are right up over here. If you're not following us on social media, you see I've been posting on here the past few days. On Twitter, it's bullishbrs. Follow us. I've been posting a lot here. You'll see me not humble bragging on Twitter. So I'm posting lots of stuff on there, as well as stock twits. We are bullish BEARS right here. Bullish BEARS. And you can follow our fan page as well for Bullish Bears. All right, guys, you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you all later. Enjoy.